Do you say like an intro thing to your podcast?
I'm gonna get tissue. I'll be back.
I usually say, "Hey, welcome back to the Changing Room Thoughts podcast."
Oh.
Like, if you're
Hey,
new
welcome
here,
back to
this is
the
what my
Rooftop
content is
Pod.
about.
If you're new here, we don't really talk about anything specific.
We just yap.
That's the best type, though.
Okay.
I agree. I love yapping.
We just yap on this show. I guess we'll get started without Andrew. All right, here we go. Welcome everyone to another episode of the Rooftop Pod. I'm your host Jesse, and today we have the pleasure of hosting a remarkable individual who seamlessly navigates the world of fashion, technology, content creation, entrepreneurship. Everyone, please welcome our esteemed guest and also Andrew's roommate, Karina Chan. Applause. Welcome,
Wait,
welcome.
does this have sound effects?
Yeah, it does. It has applause. Wait, you have this.
Oh, wait,
You should use it.
Yeah, I should.
only use C, which is the applause.
Wait, what are the
It
other
comes
ones?
in.
Is there
There's
bigger?
funky. It plays like a little funky tune.
Oh.
There's horn jazz.
Wow.
And then there's a rim shot for if you want to make a joke. I can
Oh.
play that afterwards. But yeah, joining me also as well as my sister
Rachel.
and my brother,
Andrew.
who are your regular.
I don't know if I said my
personnel.
name. Hi, I'm Karina.
Oh, I said your name.
Oh, okay.
But you can say your name too.
Oh, no, you got it.
And Andrew's roommate.
Wait, am I saying,
So this is what I
Karina.
do. I say like, joining me today is my sister,
Rachel.
and then they say their
Oh,
names. Yeah, my
okay,
brother.
got it.
Andrew.
And what else can I call you besides Andrew's
Our
roommate?
esteemed guest.
Our esteemed guest.
Okay. Karina.
There we go. So Karina is Andrew's roommate here in New York.
One of.
One of, yes. Caitlin is your other roommate, but she's not here. She's on night
Working
rotation,
hard.
working hard,
She's a PICU nurse.
saving lives,
Mhm.
doing
Really is.
important
Truly.
things,
Yep.
unlike us here. But you guys have a long history of knowing each other.
Yeah.
So how did you guys meet prior to moving here to New York together?
We went to college together.
Mhm.
When did we meet?
Yeah, how did you meet in college? I
exactly?
actually don't know this.
Dang, this was like 8 years ago now.
Oh my
I know.
God! Don't
But-
date us.
years.
Hey, hold on.
Don't date us like that.
No, less than
Hey,
that.
it was
You're right.
even
No,
longer
less
when
than
you-
that.
No, it was
Yes.
also 8
From
years
when-
ago when they met for me too.
No, I mean, it's been longer since you've been in
Yeah, I know,
college.
but-
Oh, just kidding. It's also not 8. It was like 5 or 6. Because I've been out of college for 3 years. Sophomore year, 2 plus.
Did you guys meet
5,
freshman year, sophomore year,
Sophomore
junior year? Okay,
Sophomore year.
So it was like 5 and a half,
Okay.
6. Yeah. Not that long.
Yeah,
Were you guys-
were in my accounting class, so I knew of you, but we
Oh, yeah,
never were
yeah.
friends until like sophomore
Sophomore
year.
year.
Okay, gotcha.
But I think we really got to know each other because I had a like very close girl space friend from freshman
GSF.
year. Yes.
We call girl,
girl
space,
space
friends
friend.
GSFs.
Yes.
Oh,
Not
and
GS.
then Karina had
We
like,
coined the term on
a
this
very
podcast.
good like platonic guy friend freshman year, and then
I love that it must be
BSF.
qualified. It must be qualified as platonic.
We don't want to get things confused here.
very specific. But then the 4 of us,
Wait,
or
who
I
is
guess
this guy friend?
It's Emerson.
Oh,
Yeah.
you could just say his name.
Oh, yeah.
We all know
Oh,
Emerson.
so basically,
Yeah.
I had a guy best friend, and he had a girl best friend, and we were all Asian going to a very white school, and we were like, hold on a
Wait a
second.
minute.
I became good friends with Carissa, Andrew's girl
Oh,
best
okay.
friend,
Gotcha,
and we were
gotcha.
like, wait, we both have a male Asian best friend that don't know about each other yet. They need to
Let's
know
make
of each
them
other.
friends.
So
And
then they became friends.
Oh, so
like
you're
besties.
responsible for Emerson's presence in Andrew's life.
I don't know if
Kind of
like
responsible.
It was kind of because I knew of Emerson since freshman year because we had Problem with God together. But he was
Wait,
in the-
what? You had what?
We
Problem
had a
with
class.
God. It's a
took
Georgetown class,
theology-
yeah.
Sorry. Wow. I just said that.
We have
There's a-
problems with God together.
We have problems with
Wow.
God together. That's a separate conversation. Also true. No. But we had the same freshman year class, but we didn't really talk that much because we just
Didn't have
talk-
enough
yeah.
problems with God.
We didn't have enough problems, mutual problems with
At
God
the
together.
time.
But he lived on the same sophomore floor as my freshman year roommate. And so that's why they ended up living together junior year, and then we
Gotcha.
roomed together. But so it's like sort of kind of like Karina and Carissa's friendship also brought us together,
Gotcha,
but there was a
gotcha.
host of other things that also brought us together.
I see.
Yeah.
See.
Yeah.
Do you remember when we met the first time?
I feel like
I
you visited
remember.
Georgetown.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think it was your
Someone who I will
junior
not
year.
name.
Junior year?
Might have been your junior. I remember the first time I met you was
Oh.
in Emerson's bedroom when he was like DJing. It was in your trap house with
Henley. Wow.
Henley,
Okay. The original.
So
Wait,
I guess
that's
it was
when you
kind of
guys
late,
met
yeah.
me?
Wow.
Maybe
This
I
is
met you in
junior year?
passing,
Yeah,
but
junior
I
year,
remember
Henley.
officially meeting you like junior.
Because I don't think Jesse met you sophomore year.
No, I thought I met you
I don't think so.
senior year.
Oh, whoops. Whoop. It was like very short in passing.
In passing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because the reason why I remember you is because you were super shy, which is
Me?
interesting because the Karina I know now is very gregarious, I would say.
Wait, I was shy?
You seemed shy. You didn't say much. You came into the room. Maybe you were really high or something.
That could have been a possibility. No,
But you didn't say much. I was,
that tracks.
you came in for a second, and I was like, "Hey, I'm Jesse," and you're like, "Hi," and then you walked out. I was like, "Who is that?"
Oh, I think maybe I didn't know who you were.
You definitely didn't know who I was.
I was
but
like,
I was like, "Oh, I'm
okay.
Andrew's brother."
I was probably like, oh, a Jesse.
Wow,
It kind of looks like
The tall
Andrew.
grass.
But yeah, I remember meeting you then, and then I don't think I really got to know you that well until much later after we had
Yeah,
all
when we
graduated.
went on the
that
road trip.
together.
Oh, is
I
that
remember
when
being
you-
intimidated by him.
Yeah.
yes.
Because I just
Maybe
thought,
that's why.
yeah, no, I think that was probably why. Because I remember thinking,
was like, whoa,
Andrew's
she's-
already such a serious person. He has an older brother.
Oh, I'm way less
would-
serious than Andrew.
I was so surprised because I heard that you were in an MD PhD program. Blah, blah,
You
blah.
sound very academically.
And I was
Yeah,
like,
like
oh,
this
okay. I guess he must be like even more serious than Andrew is. Because like back when I first got to know Andrew,
fair.
Andrew was very like,
Had his shit together.
not that he doesn't have his shit together now,
Very
but he was at the
clean
point
cut.
where it was like he wouldn't like go out for meals with friends because of like calorie counting.
financial- that
He
was
was
all
like,
Yeah.
Gone are those
Yeah.
days.
yeah, he was like hell bent on being like a consultant, even though he knew he didn't want to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like,
This was
damn,
me.
if that's Andrew,
He was sipping the Georgetown
Jesse must be
Yeah.
even more intense. So I was kind of intimidated. But then when we went on the road trip and you bent over and I saw you had a massive hole in your pants, I was instantly like, oh. So he's like,
That's what
he's
this
like
did.
not that serious. I was
Just a goofy
okay.
kid.
So
Oh, he's just.
That's so
Wait, I
funny.
had
Got a
a
hole in
Did you
his
tell me at the
pants.
time?
I did.
Yeah.
I
You
told
did?
you you had a hole in your pants.
Wait, which pants?
And then instantly I was not intimidated
He's
anymore.
like, this
so
dude's just silly.
funny.
Oh, that's so
Yeah.
funny.
And now that I know you, it's funny because you are more silly than Andrew.
Oh, I'm so much sillier than Andrew. Which I think is a good thing, but
oh, that's so
I
funny.
think Andrew and I balance each other out. I think where he's stronger and I'm weaker, like it works well in like a brother dynamic, and also now that we're working on things together, it kind of we balance each
Yeah.
other out.
I think
As
so
all
too.
good
From what
relationships
I've
do.
noticed.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think like you're a lot more biased to like get it done and like get it through the finish
Yeah.
line.
Yeah.
And Andrew's more trending
Perfectionist.
towards
Yeah.
like let's make it
Yeah.
really really perfect
Mhm.
first.
Yeah,
and like you
absolutely.
need both.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
And then when did you and Rachel meet? At what point did your paths intersect?
I think we met for the first time this summer.
Really?
Yeah.
That's late.
Because I don't think you ever came to Georgetown. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I remember your mom came and visited with
yeah.
your little brothers. And I was talking to your mom and she was like, you remind me of my daughter. And I was like, oh, okay.
To you?
Yeah, she told me
Oh,
this.
wow.
But then,
That's actually so true. You guys have a lot of qualities that are super similar.
I mean, I fuck with you.
Yeah.
Wait, can I swear on this podcast?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
If it's in the first 10 minutes, I beep it out because we get demonetized.
yes.
But
Oh,
after
okay.
10 minutes,
I like you. I like you too.
yeah.
Rachel's never said anything that I disagree with.
Yeah. You guys
Oh.
are both very strong personalities, and you're very good at standing up for yourselves. Both of you are very good at standing up for yourself.
Thank you.
I think some people lack that.
It's
Sometimes
necessary
Andrew,
in this
but-
world.
Cool.
Andrew
No,
is more
but-
of a
he just
people
lets things
pleaser.
happen. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is also good.
He's very
I think.
considerate of
Yeah.
like what other
Mhm.
people are thinking.
Sometimes for
Thank you for
fault,
framing
but
it like
that's
that.
Yeah. See, like, and this
Yeah.
is why
This
I
is-
balance
this
this,
is
out.
this is
yes.
my job as an older brother is to pick on my younger siblings. But yeah, Karina is someone that I respect a lot because you have done a lot in your respective space, especially in the space of fashion. You run a podcast called
Changing Room Thoughts.
Yes. Which I've tuned into several episodes of. And you're just exceptionally articulate, well organized, and very thoughtful. And I kind of wanted to pick your brain a little bit today about the fashion world, even though I don't know that much. I think where your podcast excels is that it's consumable by the everyday person, which I like a lot. I was very surprised. So if you haven't checked out her podcast, you should definitely check it out. You don't have to be like a fashion aficionado. You don't have to be.
Yeah.
What do you say? Like, if you've ever had a critical thought about.
Yeah, if
You
you've
have
ever
this-
had a critical thought about the clothes you wear on your body, this podcast is for you.
Yes. Yes. So if you've ever thought about clothing in general, like her podcast just makes you think more and more intentionally about the clothes you wear.
Yeah. I mean, when you think about it, it's quite an intimate part of your life. It's literally touching your skin all the time. You wear it to bed.
true.
You're
Yeah.
constantly clothed besides being in the shower.
Yeah.
So it
And
warrants some
it's-
thought.
It's a part of how you express yourself. Like, if you put thought into what you wear, you're putting thought into how you're expressing yourself, essentially. So the first question, I kind of stole this, I think, from one of your TikToks, is what is your everyday uniform? Which I thought was a really interesting question. Maybe it was from your podcast, but I kind of want to go around the table and kind of go over everyone's like everyday uniform where you feel comfortable wearing this outfit day in and day out. You want to show that off? What is that, by
Oh.
the way?
Yeah, okay. So this is actually
Before we
a
get into it.
traditional Chinese foldable fan
Oh.
that my friend. So this is a traditional Chinese foldable fan that my friend Daisy from Dawang designed.
Oh,
You
yeah.
might have seen some of her content and fashion on social media. A lot of influencers and celebrities like her. But she makes basically like modern Chinese streetwear.
I love that.
And
So
yeah,
cool.
this is from it's literally from like, this design is from some kind of dynasty. And
Oh.
she designs like a lot of these brocade patterns as well. But yeah, she gave this to me.
Wow.
See,
Wow.
her like aesthetic is something that I aspire to
Oh, what
wear
high
at some point. But I don't
praise.
think that I have the aesthetic to pull off her clothes. But anyways, we can
I don't believe that.
we can go into like you'll be able to tell by what my everyday uniform is, because it's like very basic. It's just what I feel comfortable in.
Cannot guess what it is.
But no, I'm gonna wait. Yeah, actually,
Go on.
maybe we can guess everyone's everyday uniform. You can guess mine, but I
Yours
don't think I
is-
could guess any of yours.
I think I can guess Rachel's.
One of Dad's jackets.
Oh, true.
Okay, so yeah, dad or mom's jackets.
Oh, we're just gonna guess.
okay,
Rachel,
Oh,
right?
I guess we're
Yeah, we're
getting
gonna get
into
into
We're gonna
Rachel's.
get into. Okay, we can
Okay.
guess every one of our everyday uniforms, and then we can tell what we
Yeah.
think is our everyday uniform. Okay, I guess we can guess Rachel's. Dad's jacket. You're
Yeah,
always wearing
like a
one of Dad's
windbreaker.
jacket. The windbreaker.
The tan windbreaker, or like one of dad, the Nike navy windbreaker.
yeah.
Both are great jackets.
Oh. Yeah, you do have very good vintage jackets,
Vintage
I've
jackets,
noticed.
yes.
They're on my dad.
Yeah. I think you usually have like a solid color top underneath that and like baggy or
Parachute
pants.
Cargo pants.
Yeah, like Solomon's or some like
Outdoorsy.
sneaker- yeah.
hiking
Cool pair of
boots.
sneakers,
cool
yeah.
pair of
A
sneakers.
sneakerhead.
Yeah. Nike Air Maxes. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Your shoes.
My shoes.
Okay.
We wear
Dad's
matching
jackets?
shoes.
Yeah.
Jesse shoes.
Wait, are you guys the same?
No,
No, not that.
Not
If you
literally.
look, we have the same matching
Yeah,
pair
I
of
just
shoes.
have
Oh,
a
wait,
smaller
that's
version.
cute.
Yeah.
Wait, that's so cute. I should do that
I-
with my brother.
I will say they are women's shoes, but
They are.
Who cares
life hack
anymore,
for
though?
all the dudes out there. Women Nike shoes specifically have way better colorways
Yeah.
than guy Nike guy Nike shoes. So I always browse the women's section first because they have better colorways, and they're never sold out of the guy sizes because they're all super large for women. So you get the good colorway and you get the sizes that you want. So
That's like a great
That's
hat.
fair.
Great
I actually
hack.
have a lot of thoughts on on like gender and fashion, not to hijack this
okay.
conversation,
No.
but I was
Sure.
talking to my friend Mars, who was also on my podcast, by the way. And we were talking about how, like, with the way that fashion is going, like, more androgynous clothing has become more and more popular because people are kind of doing away with the construct of gender. Like, in a couple years, I have a feeling that when you log on to Essence, you're not going to see like women's, men's. You're just going to see tops, jeans, pants, shoes, because like dressing becomes way more interesting once you take away what is expected of what people expect of your gender. Yeah, it becomes a lot more fluid, a lot more comfortable, a lot more dynamic. So
yeah, I feel like this applies especially to men, because I feel like there's a very strict like what is expected of men, because like men aren't really expected to express themselves through their clothing because it's like more expected of women. That's why like the sections of, especially like I've seen this mostly on like secondhand online like thrift stores like ThredUp or like Poshmark, Depop, like the women's section is so much more expansive than the men's section. And it's like the same on Facebook Marketplace.
Any clothing
it's
store.
all just women's clothing.
yeah. Which is a damn shame, because
It is a
like
damn shame.
self-expression is such a vital part of life, and for men to feel like they cannot like enjoy that aspect of life without being ridiculed or questioned about their sexuality is very unfortunate. There's a trend lately of wearing dresses over pants or like skirts over pants in women's fashion, but that trend in and of itself can also be adopted by men pretty easily.
The pants part, it's a little bit of a stretch to, I don't know. I mean,
No, I think men wearing skirts and dresses is like really starting to get a lot more
Harry
normal.
Styles.
Yeah, I have a friend, his name is, well, this is his social media handle, Soy Raka, Soyraka. He actually did a TED talk on being a man that wears skirts.
Interesting. What was his like thesis or his like main point?
Yeah,
from
that
that TED
just
talk.
making like wearing a dress doesn't make you like
Any less of a man.
any less of a man or any sort of way. It's like your sexuality and how you identify with your gender is your business, and how other people think of you is just their projection of what they think about themselves and their own self-limiting beliefs.
I also think it's almost kind of fun to be like, present yourself as a certain way, but also not be what they would typically think a person who dresses like that is. And it just like surprises the person. I think that's a little neat thing to do.
I actually did see this on TikTok. There was a vlog of a guy. He's like, spend a day with me as an investment banker, but I'm wearing a skirt, and he wore a skirt.
Oh,
to the office,
wow.
And it was very well received from all his coworkers.
All right, Andrew, you're next.
Disney
office. Disney office in a
Disney
skirt.
When
would
he
not
shows
bat an
up
eye.
into the office.
Really?
I don't think
No one would bat an eye in your office? But you're Andrew.
People would bat an eye.
I think people who know you would be like, Andrew.
Interesting, but
Interesting
I think
look today.
Disney would like be very accepting of that.
Yeah, because the other way around, people don't really question like men or women dressing in more masculine clothing. I feel like that's pretty common. You don't really.
Yeah, I do think the office setting is a very interesting like medley of socioeconomic, markers based off of what you wear. One of my like goals this year is to try to express myself a little bit more at work, because like I have all these fabulous fashion forward clothes in my closet, and every time I get dressed to go to work, I'm like, I can't wear this, and I hate that. I want to be more of myself at work, and if like someone takes an issue with that,
Why?
well, like sorry,
Based on what?
like
Yeah.
it doesn't change the fact that I'm like a high performer. So
Absolutely.
and I didn't know it was just like being a square was a prerequisite to like work here. Yeah,
I do find myself in the workplace like even less. I almost only feel comfortable dressing more outlandishly only when I come to New York, because I feel like it's acceptable here.
I feel like you take almost like, or it's more comfortable to take on a new persona.
Yeah,
'cause you're
it
in a new
feels
location.
freeing to come here and be like, oh, I can wear these flowy baggy pants that I got from the women's section in the thrift store. But in Cleveland, I'm just like, yeah, I'm not gonna wear this. I'm just gonna wear my Lululemon pants that just look like normal
And your
work pants.
Airism t-shirt. That's
Yeah,
your
and
uniform.
my Airism t-shirt. There we go. Back to the topic at hand.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Rachel, we kind of guessed what your
Would you agree?
daily uniform is. What would you say is your
Yeah,
daily
it's
uniform?
pretty spot on.
Pretty-
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we see you.
We
a
see
lot.
it
Yeah.
now. Yeah. Is there a particular pair of shoes that you like to wear every day? Is it that one?
The Nikes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang, me too. I wear that
Yeah.
every day.
They're just so comfortable. I think
comfortable.
at this point they've just like molded the best to my
Mhm.
feet. So
The
like,
Nike Air Maxes are
Yeah.
so comfortable.
and
they're
it's like
pretty
when it
affordable.
rains, they're like platformed enough from the ground to
Mhm.
where like your feet won't get
Super
wet.
functional.
Yeah.
All right.
Mine's
Let's
pretty
guess
easy.
Andrews.
Basically
up?
this.
Yes.
Yes.
A pair of joggers.
A pair of
Pair of
joggers, con t-shirt,
Yeah.
Conroe Dry Fit T-shirt.
Yeah.
or his wife
shirt.
appreciator.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, in the summer months.
'cause
Oh wait,
you-
sorry, that's my alarm. Give me.
Oh
one
no,
Yeah.
take your time. Or don't take your time. Just
Yeah.
do what you gotta do.
Yeah. I will say I did start trying to dress better once I got to New York, and I
That's
do when
true.
I go out.
I will
Yes.
say
When I'm at
Yes.
home, no.
the thing is you work at home, so like your
Yeah.
everyday wear
Yeah.
is your like at home loungewear. But if
Yeah.
you go
Yeah.
into the office, I feel like you dress up a little more. You wear slacks.
I mean,
With a nice pair of shoes.
No,
You don't even wear-
I wore jeans and a hoodie yesterday.
Really? You wear
Yeah.
jeans?
As
I
you
hate jeans.
should.
Jeans are the worst thing in the world. I don't.
Maybe you just haven't had a pair of comfortable ones.
Yeah, I was gonna say because I
Maybe.
feel like my jeans. I love my baggy jeans. 'cause
Oh, I
they're
don't
just
have
like
a pair of
not
baggy
touching my
jeans.
legs the whole time.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, jeans. I don't like the way it feels so restricting. It's not
Just bag your jeans.
movable.
Yeah.
It's not, yeah. Yeah. That's
Just
right,
get
okay.
looser jeans.
I can see that. Also, higher quality jeans aren't stretchy; they're stiffer.
That's true.
That's true.
Like Japanese denim, like the thick
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't like wearing jeans. If I
I
can,
will say my jeans
Power
are
to
my
you,
least
yeah.
comfortable pants.
Wear a
Yeah.
skirt.
wear-
So
That's
true.
true.
Hey, that's true.
Your legs
Those
are
would I
so
would not be
free,
restricted at
yeah.
all wearing those.
Yeah.
Would be really free in a skirt.
I feel like I have to find the right skirt. It can't just be any old skirt. It has to be like a skirt that
Has to be a low rise A-line black mini skirt.
With a slip.
I don't know what any of those things mean, but yeah, no.
I think you
I'm
would
gonna guess
rock
no.
if you're feeling a bit of trepidation. I think you'd rock like skirt over pants.
I would want something a little longer and flowier. I like long, flowy things.
Long pleated.
Almost like maybe I think this is how I would ease into it. Long,
They look
wavy
almost like pants.
No, they are pants, but the leg holes are so wide that they almost look like they
Like
converge
culottes.
into one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Culottes are like really wide-legged trousers, essentially.
Yeah, they kind of look flowy and like a dress, but then
Skirt
there's a
adjacent.
clear separation
But
between
then
the
you
two. Yeah, exactly. No, I'm just they're pants.
Yeah, I think you could rock a pair of like Issey Miyake.
Oh,
Pete's
I
Please,
love
yeah.
I love those pants. One of my friend has a pair of. They're so expensive though.
They are really expensive.
They're extravagantly expensive. But
Yes.
I've seen her lines of pants. I would totally get into that.
Maybe this is an opportunity for you to be on Changing Room Thoughts, and I style you or something.
That's
That'd be
not
fun.
gosh, wait, that'd be
yeah,
fun.
it's styling
will
my
say,
NPC friend.
Every time Karina has dressed Andrew, I've been a big fan.
Do you dress him
you.
with pieces that he already owns, or do you dress him with?
Yeah.
Like,
Well, once
okay,
I gave
make him
him.
buy stuff or something.
No, I would never.
Or at a
But
thrift
once I
store.
let him borrow, and this is funny because he went to a party,
It was very well received.
but people thought he was gay.
They
But that
did.
also
They
just means you
also
dress
did.
well.
That meant
Yeah.
you dressed
Yeah.
well.
That means you dressed
yeah,
well,
I
yeah.
did my job.
Yeah.
It was like a sweater vest and like a pearl necklace. But the funny thing is, it was one of my pearl necklaces that has my boyfriend's name on it.
I rock that any day.
So that's
It was a good outfit, and it was like a little monochrome. He was like,
Oh.
I remember styling you in a sort of monochrome outfit. I think it was cream pants, like
Yeah.
a cream sweater. And you
Yeah.
were like,
Uh-huh.
oh my god, I feel like this is so new.
This is so new to me.
I'm so uncomfortable in this.
My brain is being expanded.
Yeah.
I remember when Andrew wore that outfit out and he got home, he called me and he was like, oh my gosh, I feel like I got the biggest compliment ever. Because there was this really well-dressed man that approached me.
He did.
Nothing beats the feeling of someone who's also dressed really well complimenting what you're
Yes.
wearing. Yeah, it's just like
Yes.
wow, that validation just feels good.
Feels great.
Yeah.
So
All
do
right.
you think if we were out on the street and we complimented people, would they take that as
Well,
like
not if we're wearing this. If Karina like complimented me,
They're like,
I'd
"Oh
be
my
like,
God."
wow, like I must actually be dressed well.
gosh.
But if
One last
Andrew
compliment, they're like,
wearing
"Ah,
that
shit, I need to be
compliment, I'm
better."
like, dang.
They're just like, I need to go home and change right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's get back to the topic of the everyday uniform. Do you want to guess Andrew's next? Oh wait, we
We
already
already
did.
know
did,
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
The
It's-
joggers
yeah,
and the
Joggers.
t-shirt,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Workout ready at any time.
Slippers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ready on the move.
On the move.
Yeah.
On the go,
anytime.
always.
You never know when you're gonna have to just do a burpee.
Honestly, for Andrew, that's honestly a
No,
thing he has to
every
take
time
into
he's, like,
consideration.
Walking out to the gym, he looks the exact same.
As when he's going anywhere else.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right.
Wait, genuine
Yes.
question. Do you change to go to the gym?
Not really.
But sometimes
That's like
I changed
efficient.
from pants to shorts.
Yeah.
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 But I
For
wear
ev-
the same shirt. Yeah.
for every
and
day,
then
I
I'll
think
wash
about efficiency. I usually try to wear like a dry fit t-shirt to work if I know
Yeah.
I'm going to the gym that
it
day.
right after. Yeah.
Just like less clothes I have to bring.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys want to guess what my everyday uniform is?
Well, not jeans, because you
Huh.
hate them.
I hate
Yeah.
Blue
jeans.
ABC
Not
pants.
jeans.
That's one.
Yeah.
ABC pants?
Anti-ball
crusher. Is that what it stands for? Yeah.
is
But
that,
it's-
is
yeah.
that one something you came up with?
No,
or-
that's what
No, that's what
came up.
Lulu came up with.
That's what they called
They
their
call their
uh,
ABC pants the anti-ball crushing pants.
pants. Yeah, because it's supposed to.
I can't
It's
tell
like
if you're
marketing.
fucking with me
No,
right
it's
now.
Oh,
real.
no,
Oh
I think
shit!
it's
No,
real.
no,
Oh,
it's
you didn't
real.
know?
Yeah.
Lululemon's kind of weird.
Lulu's really weird.
Yeah, it's a really
Racist.
strange
Oh.
brand that's also
There
racist.
are leggings that are called like Wonder Unders also.
Wonder Unders. I kind of like marketing that's kind of bizarre.
Goofy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's memorable for sure.
Yeah.
It's crazy because Lulu's a very like
ABC
high end,
pants.
professional,
Yeah.
yuppie
Yeah.
vibe, and then the ABC
The name
Stands for
just-
anti-ball
Yeah.
crushing.
Yeah.
I feel like low-key aloe yoga is taking over on the women's side. Like I feel like
Yeah.
a lot more girls are like looking into aloe over
Yeah.
Lulu now.
They did
As
a good job
a
branding.
luxury tier athleisure
Athleisure
workout
brand,
yeah. Is
brand.
Aloe.
Yeah.
Mm.
But for my workout clothes, like I've I remember you did your My Protein sponsorship and I took a look and they had a sale. I got a sports bra for $8. I was like, hell yeah.
That's
I mean,
good.
I do feel like, I mean, for non-fashion items that just serve a purpose, I don't feel like spending that much money on like a luxury brand version of a dry fit t-shirt. I'm just gonna get something
Oh.
that
Yeah,
can
like an old
use
that
cotton
serves a-
t-shirt. Yeah.
that serves a purpose.
Honestly,
Yeah.
yeah.
You go
Oh,
for it.
sorry. I used to just thrift like all of my like workout clothes,
Okay.
but Gymshark has really good, deals.
sales, man.
Their
I
sales
miss
are
my
Should we talk about
insane.
sustainability in fashion?
Yeah, this is
Such
also
a
true. But like I
large
wear
topic.
all of my clothes to death, I feel like.
Yeah, same. I'm almost to a fault. I feel like our family has a
hoarding.
hoarding.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
trying to
yeah.
get into. Like we feel bad throwing things away.
Yeah, we wear holes into our clothing and then
Yes.
we use them as rags.
Exactly. Yeah.
And then until they're
We
like
repurpose it
completely
until-
tattered,
yeah,
they go in the
They
trash.
go in the trash.
I think that's aspirational, to be honest. I don't think that that's a problem. I think more people need to think that way.
Yeah.
That's true. It's just kind of weird seeing just like so many old rags and t-shirts
It's
around
like,
our
oh,
house.
I used to wear that.
Yeah.
That used to be on my body.
Now it's like
And now
cleaning
it's
up
been
Winston's
reincarnated.
pee and poop off the ground. Reincarnated.
Real. We use it to wipe Winston's paws.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
I'm curious about Karina's uniform because I live with Karina.
Yeah.
Do you
I'm
think I
trying to
have
think.
a uniform?
That's the
That's
thing.
the thing.
I
Yeah. I
can't.
don't know.
Like every
No,
event,
I
I
know
know.
because I've heard what your answer is. I think
Oh.
on a podcast or somewhere. I've heard your answer, so I kind of have my idea.
I
of
don't
what it
even
is.
remember what I said,
Oh,
to
really?
be honest.
Okay. I think
like I know
what it is.
pieces that you wear a lot. Also, because we had
Yeah.
a conversation about it recently, the cost per wear.
Oh, yeah,
But
yeah.
I don't think those capture your uniform either because
It's just something you're comfortable wearing every
Yeah.
day, day in and day out.
every time I see you leave for an event, very
dressed
distinct.
differently.
It's
Yeah.
distinct every
Yeah.
single time.
But
Because I'm a
event-
Gemini. I like to
An
switch it up.
An event is different though. I mean, just like doing your day-to-day activities, something that you, unless you go to events I feel like you do probably go to events very frequently. So
Even sometimes
I-
to the for like the
Yeah.
day-to-day
Yeah.
stuff,
The
though, like I'll
day-to-day.
get dressed up just to go to a coffee shop
Yeah.
and like journal.
okay.
Every day's an event.
Would you say?
Yeah, exactly. Romanticize life.
Yeah, so true.
Yeah.
Every day could be your
Because
day.
I like, to me, part of the magic of fashion is being able to assume a different character. Like if I'm feeling down one day, like there is something really true about like dopamine dressing.
Dopamine
Yeah.
dressing. I've never
Interesting.
heard that term
Yeah.
before.
Yeah, like
that
wearing
look
like
like?
very extravagant, memorable, aesthetically pleasing clothes to like feel something.
Oh wow! When I'm down and depressed, I wear depression clothing. I'm like in a grou outfit and in a hoodie, and I'm just like, yeah.
Yeah. No, that's
Sometimes,
totally
yeah.
fair.
I like don't put
yeah.
thought into like appearing, you know.
It's less of like a depression thing, more of like on a me day, on a Sunday, for example. I'm like, ooh, I
feeling
have a day to
myself. Yeah.
myself.
Yeah,
What am I
yeah.
going to do today? Oh, I guess I'm going to go like to a coffee shop and maybe a museum. I'll take myself out. Like, oh, I kind of want to look nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say when I like put on a good outfit, I'm like more inclined to like go do things because I'm
Yeah.
like people have to see this.
Yeah,
Not really.
that's
So I'm
true.
just, like,
yeah, when you
I
have
feel
a
like I
fit,
fit
when you're
into-
fitted up,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you need people to see. Same with guys and haircuts. Like there's this really funny TikTok of when a guy gets a haircut, it's their grocery day, it's their like day to do all their errands outside because they just want to show
Got
off.
a fresh line.
Yeah,
Oh,
got a
that's
fresh
so
lineup.
interesting
You
because
got-
Min, every time, Min is my boyfriend, every time he gets a haircut, he hates it for like a day and he's like hiding it that whole day and then he slowly gets used to
Grows
it.
into
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
I think it's very specific to a fade because
Yeah.
fades they're the cleanest,
freshest,
the
yeah.
freshest, like right out of a barbershop. Yeah.
Maybe I need to convince him to get a fade.
No, I think
really
he looks
like Min's
great
hair,
the way
yeah.
he is. I think like he
I'm
looks
a big
great.
fan of Min's
Actually, I
hair,
have no
yeah.
idea what. I don't think he would look good in a fade, to be honest. Actually, no, you can't mess up that pretty face. of his.
That's true.
Yeah, he is the looker.
He is a pretty boy, that's for sure. All right, so what I think I remember you saying on a TikTok on a podcast that your go-to every day, like what you feel comfortable in, is like a Skims bodysuit.
Oh,
And,
no, it's not a Skims bodysuit,
no?
but I know exactly what you're talking about.
Do you
It
know
is
the
so
video that I'm
true.
referring to?
I don't know the video you're referring to, but I know the
conversation
exact
or
dress
something?
you're talking about, and I do
Yeah.
wear that
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
the time,
And then
especially in the
there's-
summer.
And then there's
Yeah.
something else that you wear with it. I forget, but it was that.
I think it was like a sweatshirt.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
a sweatshirt or something.
Yeah.
Like you're just.
I
like,
wear
yeah,
that Skims. It's the Skims soft lounge dress.
Ah, yes.
Yes.
Put 'em
That's
on
what it
game.
is.
It's
Whatever.
I wear it
didn't-
under everything, even like cooler outfits that I'm trying to like dress up. I'll layer it under like a corset and like a button-up shirt. I'll layer it with like a pair of boots that are like really funky. Like it
Yes.
works with everything.
Like a
and
basic
it's
item.
so comfortable that I could just be sitting on the couch and like go to sleep in it too.
Oh wow.
Dang.
Kimberly really popped off with that one. I will
Kimberly.
say. Kimberly Noel Kardashian.
Is that her full name?
Yeah, that's her
Oh wow,
full
I didn't
name.
know that.
Sounds elevated.
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
I mean, she is a bougie girl. So
This is true.
okay, nice. I think that's everybody's. Well, okay. I guess what I was
Wait,
gonna
did we
say
do
for
yours?
Yeah, we haven't.
mine.
Yeah.
I mean, you
done
guessed the Lulu pants. That's
Yeah.
That's
I
it.
wear that literally every day. I have like 5 pairs of Lulu pants. I just cycle through.
On rotation.
But the
One
cost
for
per
each
wear
day
on
of the
these things are insane. I've worn my Lulu pants
until they have holes in the crotch.
I still wear them despite the hole in the crotch.
Wait, don't they
Maybe
do like free repairs? Doesn't Lulu?
I don't think it was your Lulus that had the hole, but
No,
yeah.
my
Oh,
Lulus
was it?
have a
Oh,
hole in the
just
crotch.
kidding.
I don't
You
know if
should
it's the
send
one
them
that you saw.
back.
Wait, they have free
They'll-
repairs.
I think so.
My
Wow.
Lulu
Or like
pants.
they'll do free exchanges also.
Oh my god. Get
I
your
just
stuff
bought a
out
new
of
of
pair.
that,
I
yeah.
bought a new pair, but the same color. But I wore
Give
that
me the
pants
pair.
7 years in a row.
Wow.
Almost nearly. I think I've worn them
Amazing.
70% of the days in a year too.
Wow.
I-
70%.
I literally wear Lulus every single day.
How much
That's
is one pair?
crazy.
They're like
128
120,
retail.
but I got the 2 pairs that I
sale,
originally
yeah.
owned. I got them on sale for 70 each. So 70 times 7 years times like 200 days a year. The cost per
They
wear
were
is
free.
It's crazy.
I got it for free essentially.
Yeah.
The cost per wear
Dang.
on those pants
Amazing.
like unbeatable. So I
That
don't
was
know
a
why
great ad for them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm plugging the shit out of Lulu right now, but it's that and
Sponsor
then
Wait,
Rooftop
what were
pod.
we saying about racism and
Wait, they're racist?
yeah,
I feel like I should know this.
So the founder, I don't know if this is
Boy,
true,
I'm
so
trying to
fact
think
check
the
me.
myth of
But
that, yeah.
but what I've been told is that the founder of Lulu named the company Lululemon because so that Asian people couldn't pronounce it. Because like Lululemon, like apparently Asian people can't pronounce L words that well. But that was what he like publicly said was the reason why he named it Lululemon.
Publicly?
Yeah, I think
Damn,
he
that's
publicly said that.
bold.
Yeah. I might
Well,
need
no,
to
it's true. It's
Oh, well,
yeah.
so
I heard
not
that.
an ad.
Yeah.
All right, I'm an aloe yoga girl now. Damn.
If there's any other men's athletic corporate wear pants that are just as comfortable, please let me know, because I need to maybe find an alternative if this checks out.
Actually, my boyfriend Min, he used to work in.
Or I could steal from Lulu. Sorry.
Allegedly.
Allegedly steal.
When it comes to like men's athleisure brands though,
Okay.
that are kind of like Lulu's competitors, my boyfriend used to work in like football free agency, like recruiting.
Yeah.
And one of their sponsorships was by this athleisure brand called Unreal, UNRL.
Oh,
And Min
never
really
heard of
likes
them.
them. They're kind of like a
Mm.
Lululemon competitor, but I think they're
Unreal.
like relatively undiscovered in comparison.
Okay.
Mm,
Yeah.
interesting.
I don't know if they
Unreal.
have their set of
Yeah.
controversies or not, but
You just
Look
never
into
know
it.
these
Yeah.
days.
Everyone's got
Oh,
issues.
UNRL. I'll look into this later. Alrighty. Oh yeah. What else do I wear for my? On the top, I wear a
Wife
Uniqlo
appreciator.
Cotton t-shirt.
Uniqlo Airism
Yeah.
shirt that I
Yeah.
have on right now. And then I really like this like hoodie shirt that I have from Everlane that I wear like a lot as well. This green
Do you see you wear that a lot?
I do wear that a
That's a
lot.
hoodie.
True.
It's like kind of thin, so not
Oh.
really, but I like the aesthetic of a hoodie. I'm a big hoodie guy. Wear a lot of hoodies. And then I also last year got this like Lululemon. Man, just a Lulu. I'm a sucker for Lulu, but I got this Lululemon bomber, this black bomber that just like goes with everything, layers on top of everything. I wear that.
You do wear that
a
very
lot,
often. Yeah.
Yeah.
I also see you always carry
really
one of
basic.
those like little
my
bags.
satchel, yes.
The
Yeah.
osprey.
My osprey
Fanny
fanny pack.
Yeah.
I
it's so
highly-
nice.
Highly encourage. I think that's one of those items that people like kind of like turn their necks and look twice at, because guys typically don't have accessories. And like a satchel, even people are like, why are you wearing a man purse? I'm like, it's so functional. I can put my like,
Why are you not?
yeah, exactly.
You're putting everything in your tight ass
Yeah,
pockets.
and it like deforms your
pants are
and it-
dripping.
yeah, it's really annoying.
Pants
but
don't look good with things in pockets.
yeah, so I love wearing
Yeah.
a satchel, carrying a satchel around with my like everyday, I don't know, random things. I have like,
Yeah.
Phone, charger, wallet.
yeah, I'm just like, wow, I can see why
chapstick.
women take purses with them, because it just, you can hold so many things that you need every day. Yeah.
I love a massive bag. Like what was it? What was the TikTok sound? A conspicuously large or
Conspicuously large.
ludicrously capacious bag.
Capacious.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
a good word.
Wow.
Oh man. Yeah, I haven't ventured into. I wish there were more. I mean, I guess you can just venture into women's bags. So
There's a lot of
Yeah.
unisex bags. One I think that you'll really like actually. I think men with purses or just like men with bags is just like, I don't think it's that out there anymore at all.
no.
I think a
I
tote
agree.
is really normal.
Yeah.
A lot of men
Yeah.
will
Very
bring
normal.
around
Yeah.
totes.
Yeah.
But I want
The
something-
Cos. Have you seen that one? The Cos quilted.
I was about to bring
Yeah.
that one up. Oh,
That
it's so
one
nice,
is very like unisex. Everyone. I feel like I see it in
Dang,
New York
I
every
need to
day.
take more notes.
Yeah, just like anything crossbody.
What is
Yeah.
it?
Like
What's the
large.
brand?
I feel
Cos,
like the
C-O-S.
Oh,
See-
it's from Cost. Okay.
Yeah.
the Uniqlo one, like the
Mm,
drawstring,
I see the
like
half
crescent
from the
shape.
crescent,
The
yeah.
crescent shaped
Yeah.
one. I think that was one of the top like most popular items from like last year.
Oh, this one?
I
This
see
is
this
Cos?
everywhere.
Yeah.
I see
Cos.
this everywhere,
You're so
Yeah.
right.
but I've only really seen girls bring them.
No, I see dudes wearing it all the time.
Really?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think I've seen a couple as well.
Wow. I don't.
Totes are highly functional.
Totes are
They
functional.
are, but they're like kind of not
You can
super
get them in
easy to
small
carry
sizes.
around also, because like especially in the winter when you
Yeah.
have like a puffer, it
I
just
was
kind
gonna
of slides
say
off.
That's
totes
true.
are like a
Yeah.
summer bag
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
accessory.
And they're not very weather resistant either.
Gotcha. All right. So I'm going to kind of switch gears a little bit
Hard
here.
pivot.
Hard pivot. We're always hard pivoting on this podcast. But I kind of want to, since I don't really
Jesse
know.
hard pivots in life too.
I do hard pivot. Well, I
Oh
should
my gosh.
honestly do more. hard
Wait.
pivot.
So
Wait,
story time.
I have no idea. What
When over winter break, I got into my first grad school, and
Oh yeah, yeah. Rachel got into grad school.
thank you. But Jesse FaceTimed me, and I was at home, and my mom was there also.
Oh, yeah.
And that same morning, my mom had sent out a text that I was like, "Mom, you can't send that."
Yeah, it was a very controversial.
Yeah. Anyways, so they call me,
Mm-hmm.
and for like the first 5 minutes, it's like, "Woo, congratulations, this is
Yeah,
great."
I was
Jesse
so
hard
happy.
pivots. He makes this really like harsh statement. I'm not gonna say it.
Wait, just say. I'll bleep it out. What did I say?
Wait.
Out of nowhere. And the argument ensues.
I'm gonna cut this, but yeah, I should not have started that. That was bad. That was bad.
Yeah.
But speaking of family, my hard pivot was gonna be, since I've only known you since after college, you're your own independent person. But you know, prior to that, you're obviously raised by your family. I want to know where you're from, what your experience was like growing up, where you grew up. Who were your biggest influences growing up? Like, who kind of shaped you, do you think, into the kind of person you are? I guess we can start off, like, where did you grow up? Where are you from?
Okay, yes, this is important backstory.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
To
Yes.
give you color about who I am.
Mm-hmm.
And even like my kind of like my platform and why I talk about fashion
Okay,
and stuff.
yeah.
But I grew up in the Bay Area. I grew up in Palo Alto. Yeah.
know
So
that.
yes. Wait, you didn't know this?
I didn't know it was Palo Alto. I know it was somewhere in the Bay Area.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I grew up in Palo Alto. It's kind of like in the middle of the Silicon Valley. You know, everyone's a techie. Everyone's like gunning for a prestigious four-year college. Went to a pretty competitive public high school called Palo Alto High School. Growing up, I have one older brother, older than me by 5 years. So it's kind of interesting because going through high school and stuff, like I was always kind of following in his footsteps. And like, you know, I did debate and they were like, "Oh, you're Lucas's little sister." And like AP Psych, "Oh, you're Lucas's little sister."
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
kind of hated that.
I hated
Because
that.
he's like the golden child, the like stellar.
Oh, is he?
He's like right now, he lives in Palo Alto. He's like married. He and his wife are like the tech power couple. He's a
Yeah.
PM at Tesla. She's I think she's like a senior manager now at DoorDash. Yeah, they are the tech power couple. Yeah, and like, yeah, they're like remodeling their house together, and I'm so happy for them. I really am. But I just
Hey,
know.
don't sell yourself short.
No,
you
I
do,
just
like-
know it's not
yeah.
my life though.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
I just
yeah.
know that I was never meant to like
Live that.
yeah,
kind of
like
life, yeah.
like stay in Palo Alto and like really be like that. I understand. Don't get me wrong. I understand that I had an incredibly privileged upbringing. I did not completely comprehend like the affluence that I grew up around. I personally like we were one of those families that like rented like a townhouse in the neighborhood so that we could go to the school because it like all the other properties in the area were like a different tax
Yeah.
bracket.
Yeah.
So I grew up around girls who like, or well, people who really like had quite a bit of money, and I never realized like, I was like, oh, I
Yeah.
guess I'm poor or something.
Yeah.
When I was like
Nice.
doing just fine, to be
Yeah.
honest.
Yeah.
It was just like in comparison to
Right.
that,
Same
like
with us. Yeah.
yeah. So it was really when I kind of like left college because Georgetown was its own kind of
Yeah.
privileged
Yep.
bubble, to be
Also,
honest.
like a lot of people of similar
Snoots. Not
social
snooty.
economic class. Yeah.
Yeah. But that kind of shaped me a lot growing up because I, from like a young age, was instilled in me like the importance of competitive academic excellence and professional excellence. The point of, we talked about this literally the other day. The point of going to Georgetown is to like go to a good school that'll get you a high paying job. And from where I came from, that meant like software engineering.
Yes.
You were going to be a software engineer or you were going to go to med school or you were going to do
Work on Wall
finance.
Street,
Yeah, you were going to do one of those three things. So yeah, that's why I like ended up doing what I did, which is study computer science and gaslight myself into thinking I should be a software engineer.
But since then, you've
Yeah.
kind of taken a turn. Do you think you're moving in the direction of what you think you're supposed to be doing?
Yeah, absolutely. I actually like, as I was studying computer science, I kind of knew like I don't know if like software engineering is it,
Yeah.
but like I
Yeah.
still don't know. And then I had always kind of known I would end up in product management, which is where I'm at now, which is a lot better use of
Suited
like
to
my
you guys.
skills
Yeah.
and personality.
Yeah.
Like I'm a very social person. I am more of a big picture person. And I also think with software engineering, there's always this weird like I never felt like I was good enough at it, and I don't know why. I don't know if it was like a minority thing, like
Yeah.
Women
Yeah.
in STEM.
yeah, I worked
Yeah,
at startups, one that was like a fintech in like alternative asset investing, and I was like the
Oh,
only
yeah.
woman on my team for
Yeah,
some
all dudes.
time, and like yeah, that never
Be prepared,
helped.
Rachel.
Yeah, that never helped.
Your
but
field might even be more dudes. To be
Really?
honest.
Mine.
Civil engineering.
Ooh.
Or more different now.
I think civil. I've heard that at private schools, it's majority women. Like
Wow.
if there's
Not
any.
Hopkins, but okay.
Oh, well, like for Cornell, for example, because I
Okay.
have a couple
Okay.
friends that do civil engineering
Wow.
at Cornell, and they're like, the entire major is just women.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah,
What?
it's like a very, I think females or like girls are more drawn to it, or like girls in engineering are sometimes more drawn to civil engineering because it's like more people oriented than a lot of the other engineerings are marketed
I
as.
see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I
either
see.
like civil or environmental, and they're both in the same department generally.
Because you're
I see.
affecting how people interact with each other.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
So it's more people focused.
That makes sense. It's very interesting.
Yeah.
Georgetown was actually half. But the sad thing is like,
a civil engineering program.
oh no, in terms of computer
Engineering.
science.
Oh,
sorry.
okay.
Yeah.
I was like, dang, I didn't know
Sorry.
we had these programs.
No, Georgetown computer
Yeah.
science was half women. Actually, the top four,
Dang.
like the valedictorian in the major and like the top 4 performers, they were all women.
Wow.
But the sad thing is a
Dang.
lot of women that studied computer science don't actually end up being software engineers from Georgetown because the
Oh.
What was it?
recruiting pipeline is just pretty weak.
Just all going to
Oh.
consulting.
A lot of them become tech
Yeah,
consultants,
that makes sense.
which is a lot
Oh.
less
Yeah.
fun and sexy.
Yeah, I mean it's Georgetown. I don't
Wow.
know if they have the connections
Yeah.
directly
Yeah.
into tech.
I think I talked about this like during networking events junior year, like Bain, McKinsey, like all these other consulting, banking firms would come, and we'd pack the entire auditorium with like prospective students who like want to work at one of these like banking or consulting
Yeah.
firms. And then Google came on campus, and there was like 10 other people in the
What?
event. I was just like, huh? Like, why isn't
This is Google.
not more
Yeah.
people here?
Yeah.
Like, I
Interesting.
walked
Yeah.
with the alumni on campus who worked at Google. Like, we walked to Baked and Wired. It was just like me and her and like a couple other students. We got cupcakes and we chatted. I'm just like, damn,
wow.
like no one wants to be here.
Everyone's
Uh,
sleeping on Google.
crazy.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
nuts.
That and also not enough people studied computer science. And
That's
they all
true.
thought, oh, if I
These
don't
tech
code, then I
companies,
can't
yeah.
work at
Yeah.
Google, which is
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
true.
Yeah, Google's
plenty
so
of things you could
expansive.
do.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Google does everything. All right, kind of rack back to your upbringing. Who would you say had like the biggest influence on maybe your fashion, but also like who you are today? That's
That's
super
a big
broad.
ass
That's a
big
question.
big
Yeah.
question. What about your fashion? Who do you think is your biggest
Fashion inspo,
biggest fashion inspiration?
Yeah. Okay. Inspiration.
Maybe currently or like
Okay.
more
Well,
generally
from a
speaking,
young
too.
age, let me start from the very beginning.
okay.
I actually featured my mom as my first guest speaker on my podcast because she's the one that's left the biggest mark on my approach to like style and fashion. And like she was a real estate agent, so she would always get like dressed nice to like present herself in
Yes,
front of a
yes.
client. And that was really interesting to me because I saw how much effort she would put into her appearance and
Yeah.
like that made me always want to like do my makeup, do my
Yeah.
hair, like dress nice. And she had so many beautiful professional clothes. But she always admonished me. She would always be like, oh no, you should focus on your schoolwork. Like, why are you thinking so much about this? Blah, blah, blah. But it's crazy
Mom,
because
you're doing it.
yeah. Well,
What
it's,
do you mean?
it really showed me the power of dress because my mom still speaks like broken English to this day and managed to sell like $4-5 million homes.
Yeah.
And like support our
Dang,
family
yeah.
doing that, which is kind of impressive. And
Yeah.
something she told me like now and on my podcast episode with her is like when it comes to selling a house, that is a person's biggest purchase that they're ever going to make in their life for most people.
Yeah.
And no matter how much you study up on comps, no matter how much you know the market, if
Yeah.
you look
Like you
like
know.
even so much as like slightly a slob, no one's going to trust you because no amount of just like convincing someone with your words is going to be enough. Like
Right.
first impressions matter so much And the way you dress is instant language. You have to look like you would know the difference between recessed lighting and like crown molding and the value of like these mahogany hardwood floors. Like if you don't look like you would know that, why would someone trust you?
That's so true.
That's very true.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm trying to think of my
crazy.
real estate agent. He did not look like and I don't think he did know it.
And you got a great
And I
deal
got
on
a
your
great
place.
deal.
You're in Cleveland, so
A little different market.
Different
you're
market.
Right. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, but okay. So your mom.
Yeah, definitely
That's-
my mom.
It's interesting. I think our mom also played a huge role in our maybe lack of interest in fashion. Because
Certainly.
it was very downplayed. Because for my mom, our mom is a stay-at-home mom, and it wasn't. She just stressed practicality. So a lot of our influence in fashion is just wear what's practical, what's cheap, what's on sale.
what Jesse wore
And-
2 years ago.
Yeah, and what? Yeah, exactly.
Hand-me-downs,
All
yeah.
of your guys' clothes was
Yeah.
were my clothes like 2 years prior. So
Yeah, most of my wardrobe came from other girls in the church.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think,
So
like-
my friends.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Andrew's friends.
yeah,
Wait, that's so crazy.
Yeah.
You're right.
yeah. I don't think I started thinking about wanting to express myself in my own way until. Actually, I was actually still pretty young. I remember being in middle school. I was like, I'm fed up wearing hand-me-downs because I would just wear older boys in the church's clothes, and there'd be like crazy weird clothes. I remember I had like a Tigger sweater with like a big old Tigger head on it, just like on the front. And then like
That's so
another
good.
fan favorite is this like very pink Hello Kitty shirt that I used to wear,
Hey,
like
yo.
a polo. Yeah,
Wait, that
honestly, it's
sounds
kind of
fire. I don't know what
drippy
you're
now.
talking
But
about.
back in the day,
shirts I had. I like have this polo T-shirt with like the polo teddy bear. I'm like,
Yeah.
dude, that's kind
Kind
of
of a
cool.
fit.
Yeah.
But then like when I was in middle school and
Yeah.
starting to perceive myself and like seeing what everybody else was wearing, like graphic tees and Nike, I was like, Mom, I don't want to wear these hand-me-downs anymore. Take me to Old Navy. So she took me to
dripped
Old
out.
Navy. I remember buying like 4 graphic tees from Old Navy, and I was like, wow, I can finally be one of the cool kids now in school. I would wear it to school, and I'd feel so happy about myself.
I
I
think-
remember that too.
Yeah.
When you went to American Eagle and got like
Oh,
a polo
yeah.
there too. Yeah.
I was so proud of that one polo I
Yeah.
wear all the time because I was like, this is American Eagle. This is what the cool kids wear.
I remember you telling me that.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, like the cool people wear
Yeah.
this brand.
Andrew,
Yeah.
Yeah.
write this down.
No, for real.
Take
'cause
notes.
It's like you need to also be cool.
If you
so
want to
then-
yeah.
be cool, wear
Yeah.
American,
As American
Eagle.
Eagle.
There's the
also
Aeropostale.
The one I'm wearing right
that one
yeah.
Aeropostale red hoodie
Yeah.
that
I
you wear all the time.
All the time.
Oh yeah.
Because
I
those were the
remember
brands.
Aeropostale.
Yeah.
It's always the
Yeah.
Henleys that say Aero
Yeah.
on it.
Yeah.
I remember when I
Yeah.
had one of those. I had one in white and navy, and I wore it all the time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because that's
yeah,
a cool
me
brand to
too.
wear.
Yeah.
Mine had like little sequins on it too.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
I think another big one. Actually, I have a good story about growing up in Silicon Valley and like all of these girls with a lot of money. Like, so the cool thing at the time for girls were like Juicy Couture and
It's
Betsy
coming back.
Johnson. Yeah, it is coming back.
Yeah.
But like, I never
What is that?
realized how
Yeah, I
unrealistically
don't even know what that
expensive
is.
that was for a middle school girl to wear. These are like $120 for like a velvet jacket,
moly.
like track jacket.
Oh, the one that
Yeah.
say juicy on it.
No, they're
with the
like
sequins.
the velour tracksuits, and like the ones with like the little J on the thing. Like a jacket could be like $120.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Insane.
But I remember
For
I like.
middle school is crazy.
I know. I wanted one
won't even
so
spend
bad.
that much money now.
I know it still is a lot of money, but like they wouldn't just have like. This is what I mean, but I
They
thought
had
I
to
was
fit.
poor when really I was just around like excessively
Really?
rich,
Yeah.
like middle
Kids,
school
yeah.
girls.
Yeah.
But they would also have like the Juicy Couture charm bracelets.
Oh,
And like the
dang.
bracelet itself was like $100, and then each of the charms were like 50 depending on which one you got. Yeah, it was
heck?
crazy.
Wow.
So did y'all have like silly bands?
We did also
Okay,
have
okay,
silly
okay.
bands.
Oh, rainbow
Yeah, that was
blue.
the trip.
Yeah.
Dude,
But I
that,
remember thinking, I was like, silly bands are just a trend. I'm not gonna waste my money on this.
Wow, so smart.
Yeah, yeah.
I had 4 aardvark silly bands.
Aardvark.
I love them.
Yeah.
dude, the guy who made silly bands is like a multi-millionaire and just like living in the Hollywood Hills now.
Good for him.
Off of silly
Off
bands?
silly bands. He
That's-
made
that's
so
crazy.
much
That's
money off of
insane.
it. Yeah. I saw him. It was an interview on TikTok. It was the Daniel Mack guy. Like, what kind of car are you driving?
Oh.
And he was like
Oh.
driving like a $500,000
Dang.
car, and he's like, "What do you do for a living?" He's like, "You remember those like animal-shaped rubber bands that people used to wear?" He's like, "I made those."
That's crazy. Going viral
That's
back then.
insane.
A legend.
One thing, yeah,
That's
so
crazy.
Yeah.
Now
I
he just
remember
lives
people
off
would
those.
have them like stacked up.
Stacks.
Oh.
Stacks.
It was insane.
Yeah, iced out and
And there were
Silly
like
bands.
rare ones also that you had to like, like it was a mystery which ones were in the packs and you didn't know if you could get the rare ones.
I actually don't think I
don't think I bought any.
I don't think
yeah.
I
We
never
would-
bought any
We would like
either.
trade them or find
Yeah.
them. Or
Yeah.
something. Yeah.
Because the
Such a
aardvark
silly
ones, people
cons.
gave them to me. I remember
'Cause
that
they didn't
because I
want
had
them.
one. Yeah, or maybe.
Like, this one's stupid. Let's give it to Andrew.
Aardvark for Andrew.
Just kidding. I'm sure it was out of love.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. There was one more thing that I want to talk to you about. Another hard pivot. But this is another aspect of your life that I kind of look up to as well, is your relationship with Min, your boyfriend, who we all love and adore so much. He's honestly one of my favorite people on this planet. I'm sure he's
Oh my
like,
God, same.
yeah. Man, I hope you're listening to this. But yeah, I think even this morning, I came out, I was like, wow, what a great vibe. Like, just Min, Karina, just such happy people and great people to be around. I asked Andrew earlier today, I was like, how long have Karina and Min been dating? And Andrew was like, how long have you guys been dating?
It's been 3 years and hold on,
2024.
4
now,
months. Yeah,
4 months, wow.
Wow.
3 years
I
and
was
4
like,
months.
yeah, I was like, wow, they've been dating for a long time, but they still seem like they're in their honeymoon phase. So I was like, I think they just have a perpetual like honeymoon phase. You guys are just so infatuated by each other, and like, it's so evident that I don't know, you guys are just so in love, and I think those kind of relationships are kind of rare to see. Like, you're one of very few people that I've seen be so deeply in love with each other for so long. I just want to know, what are maybe the keys to the success in your relationship with Min? And we would like to know, because
They're struggling.
I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes when you talk about your relationship, I'm like,
yeah,
jot
it's
that
like,
tip down.
I need to know these things.
for future reference, I'm gonna write this one down.
Because there are things that I feel like you guys do very intentionally. Like, we've had a few conversations where you're like, oh, like, we intentionally space out time for these activities, or like spend time on our own. Like, you guys are very intentional about making like the relationship work and make it sustainable, I guess is the way to say it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, thank you. This is such high praise.
No, it's truly one of the relationships I really look up to.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's so sweet.
Yeah.
I will say, I think I give him most of the credit for being like that, for getting this relationship to that point. Well, about the whole, like, it's still seeming like a honeymoon phase. Like, I'm the kind of person where when I start to like someone and fall in love with them, the longer I'm with them, the deeper I
deeper it
feel that
gets.
affection.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it is interesting because this is the longest relationship I've ever been in, and I never thought I'd get to this point. Angie and I were talking
Yeah.
With
about
men?
this.
Yeah.
No, with
No,
like
with
anybody.
Oh, with
Anyone,
anyone.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to? Yeah.
Well, I just remember back in college,
Mm-hmm.
it was after one breakup, but you
I
were
had many. I had like 4 or 5 in college.
well, one of the breakups. But I just remember you being very jaded on your outlook on relationships. Like, I think you were questioning if like love truly
Exists?
existed.
Wow.
To be honest.
Wow.
Dang.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember thinking like that I just needed to prove to myself that I could possibly be loved again. That's
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
depressing
Yeah.
when I
So
was
sad.
at that point in college.
Yeah.
I never had a
that.
relationship besides one last more than a year in college. And like it was always around the 7-month mark where I was like, oh, whew, like this is not working.
Dang.
Like one of them, I was like, oh, he actually hates women. How
Yeah.
did he hide
Oh,
this from
wow.
me for
Yeah.
like 7
Okay.
months?
Questionable.
Another one, I was
my.
like, oh, like you're never gonna understand me at like a fundamental level. Like there were just so many things, but I think with Min, I got so lucky. I got really lucky. I met him on Tinder, y'all. Like that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, cute Korean boy, 6 foot, 1 mile away. Super like, I super liked him because I was
So
like,
you super liked him.
I super liked him because it was
Wait,
our
what were these
senior
men?
year of college.
Oh,
And I
COVID.
was like,
Yeah.
I know all the Asian guys already.
Yeah.
I know them all. I don't want to date any of them. And
Yeah.
this one suddenly pops up. I'm not letting him go.
Where did this man come from?
But even then, like, it's still risk. Like, you don't know what kind of person Min could turn out to be, and he just turned out to be like a literal angel.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah,
I got
he's-
so. This is what I
He's
mean.
a
It's all
literal
him.
angel. Yeah.
Yeah.
You also are an angel.
Oh, thank
But two angels together, I guess that's how you make things work.
Phenomenal.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
I just remember you telling me about how you guys make time for like alone time. Because you guys, like, I think the temptation when you're like that in love with someone is to spend every waking moment with that person. But you guys do a really good job of like creating times and spaces where you make it for yourself.
Yeah.
I think you told me at one point that you have a schedule or like a day specifically carved out where you guys don't talk to each other or
Kind of.
don't interact.
Yeah, not that we don't talk to each other or interact. Okay. It's honestly, it revolves around football.
Oh, I did not know this.
Oh my
Yeah, no,
God.
Sundays
it
are me
Sundays?
days because Min is watching football all day.
That's not how
And
you
know
framed
what?
it to me last time we talked about
No. It
That's
started
so
off
funny.
differently. It
Okay.
did start off differently. And I do, like, especially now
That's so
that,
funny.
like, he lives close by, I do have to fight that urge to, like,
Yeah.
want to be with him all the time.
Yeah.
But at the beginning of our relationship, it was almost more, like, out of necessity because we were long distance. Yeah, we actually started off long distance.
Wait, weren't you both in DC? No?
We didn't start dating until we were long distance.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
So like we
So
got
you
to
met
know
while you
each
were both-
other. We were like
Yeah.
sussing each other out, trying to decide
Yeah,
if we
yeah,
would
yeah.
want to date each other.
Man, I forgot about this.
Yeah, and
stage.
actually, there's some drama around when like me and Min and I got into like started getting to know each other because it was the beginning of COVID.
Okay.
And I remember a lot of my friends were upset because I was like seeing this guy and they were like, you don't know what he's like. You don't know if you should trust him, blah, blah, blah. And I
That's
was like,
okay.
you know what? I see that, but I deserve to be in love too. I deserve to experience love. But yeah, I actually got into an argument with one of my girlfriends and at the time, and we're no longer friends. But
Oh.
honestly, like she
Over
wasn't.
men?
No,
No,
not
no.
Oh, okay.
not necessarily over Min, but when I started seeing him and I was telling her, I was like, I'm so excited. Like, I think he really might be something special. Like, I've never felt this kind of chemistry before. She was kind of like, Karina, I'm tired of hearing this because she's seen me through like
Oh.
4 breakups. So like,
Oh, she
fair,
was
fair.
jaded,
Yeah.
maybe.
She
Okay,
was
okay.
like, how do you know he's the
Okay.
he's the one?
Okay,
Don't like
okay,
he-
okay.
Up,
yeah, he was, and it was
Just
a little
never met
harsh.
men.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
It
a
was a
balance of
little-
how
yeah.
to deliver that message.
It was a little harsh because she was like, you like jump into things too fast and you like thrive off of male validation and that makes you make like bad decisions and like I really internalized that
Yeah.
a lot. It was pretty harsh. I realized like maybe she like the way she said it, maybe she didn't have my best interests at heart, but she wasn't wrong to be honest.
Okay.
Like
Okay.
she wasn't wrong because I do think back to some of my failed relationships in college and I'm like, maybe I did seek male validation
Okay.
too much, but at the same time, what college age woman does not? Like
Sorry, Rachel's a
maybe
one of a
not
kind.
Rachel. Maybe not Rachel.
Any male
I think
validation.
Rachel is
Yeah.
literally a one of a kind. So.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Rachel is one of a
I
kind.
don't know.
I don't know any girls that have just like never
Gay
cared about
women,
guy attention.
lesbian.
Okay. What are you trying to say?
Wait a minute. No, she's just self-actualized.
Yeah,
she's
I
just
honestly
Like,
think
she has, yeah.
like
self-actualized.
3
Maslow's.
years more mature than I think most people
Yeah.
her age. But in either case, like
in some ways,
yeah.
yes.
No, but in either case, like
some
I really
ways.
did slow down and think about what she said, even though it hurt. I was like, it ended up
Oh, that's a very
like
mature
really
thing to
benefiting
do.
me because I was like, you know what? Maybe she is right. Maybe I shouldn't
Wow.
like jump into this relationship. And having a therapist at the time also really helped.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And she was like, well, why don't you like wait things out with like him, and like I kind of consulted my best friends, and I was kind of like, okay, I'm about to move back to California. How about this? Like, we're about to be long distance. Let's not talk to each other for like 3 months, which was kind of crazy.
Wow.
We were like really excited about each other, but I was like, I have not.
For 3 months.
Yeah, no, I was
would be like, what are you thinking?
No, because I was telling him like I got out of a relationship about a month prior to that. Yeah.
Oh, I see. That's very
So
fair.
I didn't want to like jump into something else without giving
that's
myself.
super mature.
Yeah.
that
Good
is-
on you.
Yeah.
Good on you.
Yeah.
No, so shout out to that girlfriend, even though it hurt, but it ended up helping because I really thought through my decisions this time, and I was like, if I still miss him after 3 months and I'm still thinking about him, even though we're not talking, like that really means something. And so we were like, okay, let's not talk. Let's not, we can go see other people, but like, let's not tell each other about it.
Sure.
And like after 3 months, like, let's have a FaceTime and like catch up and see how it goes. And I remember being so excited about this FaceTime.
Wow. So
And
you
then
guys actually went the whole 3 months then?
I think it was more like we talked like once a month for like 3 months.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
just like, hey, are you still there kind of thing?
Yeah,
Okay.
kind of like that. But like we didn't text.
Check-ins, yeah.
How many dates
didn't-
before this happened?
I want to say like 5 or 6.
okay.
Yeah.
So like a decent.
Like a decent
yeah.
number
You
of
established
dates.
rapport, yeah.
Yeah. And like, I think from like the second date, I kind of knew deep down that I did want to date him. I just didn't want to like jump the gun.
in.
Yeah. But yeah, after like at the end of each month, like we both saw other people in the meantime, and
really?
like I even went on dates and I was like, this is just not it.
Not
Like
living
this
up
is
to
just
it.
not the same.
He set the bar too high.
Yeah, he really did. He really did.
Yeah.
And I remember like, because this was like COVID time, right? So I remember I would like do my makeup, put on a cute outfit, and like we would do like dinner dates over FaceTime. And I'd tell my parents, I'd be like, so okay, I'm like gonna do a dinner date with this guy, and they were so like, oh, that's so cute, because
That is
like,
super-
yeah.
The Zoom dinner date.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
my God.
I look forward to those so much every month. That's how I kind of knew. I was like, it's been a month.
Yeah.
I haven't talked to him at all, and I
Yeah.
still am this excited to see him. Like that really means something. And I think that conviction, like that much waiting early on, and that much conviction has really helped me like not regret that decision, not like get cold feet like later on in the relationship, which is what used to happen with a lot of these guys where I'm like, wait a second, like do I even really like do I even really am I ready to like commit to this person
You gave
for
yourself
the right reasons.
long periods of time to think about it. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
That's actually a really good practical tip.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
if you find yourself falling really hard for someone really fast, maybe you take a step back and you're like, hey,
Yeah.
let me take some breaks and actually think about if this person practically fits in my life, if he's actually someone that I really like. Wow.
I think
I like
also
that
my
a lot.
therapist, shout out to her. I do think running it through your therapist is a great idea, because I was also like, I was telling her, I was like, my friends think this is a bad idea. I'm not sure, but I really like him, but blah, blah, blah. And she was like, Karina, I want you, she literally gave me like a worksheet. She was like, I want you to make a chart in one, like each row is like, I forgot. Oh, no.
Pro,
Okay. She
a
was like,
con?
make like a chart.
Okay.
And in one column, talk about like all the experiences that you ever had with your exes. Like
wow.
all the bad
Dang.
shit, all the good shit. In the next column, talk about your expectations from those learning experiences, what you have about the expectations for your next
next one.
relationship and what kind of person you're looking for in your next relationship.
Okay.
And then in the last column, talk about like reflect on Min and like what kind of person he is, and do you think he
Also,
has the
you
potential
really
to? Yeah, I thought
through
about
this.
this.
Dang.
This is a
Yeah.
logical approach.
Yeah,
You did your research.
I did. I did so much
Self-reflection.
reflecting.
What was happening on Min's end of things? He's like,
I really like this girl. This girl's great.
To be honest,
Karina's out there.
to be honest, I wonder that sometimes too. I'm like, what was he thinking?
That's
Yeah,
I
that's
think
funny.
a lot of people don't actually put in the work to actually work on themselves after a breakup. Like they'll say, "Oh, I'm working on myself like after a breakup," but they don't actually self-reflect and deeply do targeted, I don't know, exercises where they're trying to actually understand what they need in their next relationship, how they can do better. Like you actually went through and very meticulously figured all that out, which I think is built the foundation of your guys' relationship. That's really great.
Yeah, and it was also
Wow.
my therapist's idea to have like me days and us days.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
because something we were concerned about was like, actually we talked about this a lot, which
this
was
is
like
the tip that I'm writing down.
no,
Yeah.
because something you were always kind of concerned about was like, okay, well, I have this side gig doing social media and like my partner doesn't.
Sure.
And so like I have to work and do social media and like make sure that my partner feels like they have enough time that's been given to them and attention that's given to them.
Yeah.
But how do I like fit that all in? And that
Budget
can be
it all,
really overwhelming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so like what she came up with was like, well, some days you need you days and some days you guys can like be together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it just so happens that now that split is very much revolving around football.
That's hilarious.
And it
Yeah.
works out so well.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I'm very happy for you guys, and I hope I get to see Min soon again this weekend. Oh wait, we're seeing him tomorrow. Oh, I also forgot. The whole reason why we're here this weekend is because it's Andrew's birthday tomorrow. Yeah, happy birthday, Andrew. And today we actually surprised Andrew with Rachel's present.
I had no idea she was going to be here.
I'm
Yeah.
the best birthday gift ever.
Yay.
Yay.
Yeah, so Rachel and I I had always planned to come to New York for Andrew's birthday. And I was like, you know what would be a nice surprise for Rachel or for Andrew is to like...
For Rachel.
For Rachel. Honestly, is if I fly Rachel out and Andrew has no idea, so we coordinated this
Yeah.
whole surprise thing. And Rachel and I like
I'm so oblivious.
fumbled
So
countless
hard.
times.
so many times.
We
And I'm
gave
just
away
like,
the
so
surprise so many
strange, yeah.
times. I was like, oh yeah, so like Rachel's going out with us this weekend, and Andrew's like, Rachel.
She's
I was
not
like,
gonna be here.
oh, yeah, Rachel's not here. What am I thinking?
And
And
then-
Andrew's like, oh, okay, that's a good
And then
enough explanation.
The three of us were calling, and Rachel's like, "Oh, I'm gonna overlap with this kid at the airport." I'm like, "Why would you go to the airport?" And she's like, "Oh, I'm picking him up." And I'm like, "Oh, okay."
Overlap, picking up.
I'm
Yeah.
like, "Why would you use the word overlap?" Okay.
And then originally I had called Jesse because I was asking what I should bring to New York.
Yeah.
And Andrew picked up and I went,
It's like, "Oh, why are you calling Jesse at like 11 o'clock at night?"
I mean, we do call each other, but
Yeah.
about very
Yeah.
specific things, and you didn't bring up
I
one of
had.
You
those.
did not bring up any of
I,
those specific
I
things.
was like, well, I guess I'm just yapping now. I'm just going to
You were
give
just
you...
like, "I just want to yap." I'm like, "Oh, okay."
I'm
Which
pretty
is
sure
a
even
nice
I
idea.
like stumbled a little bit
Yeah.
early on. I was talking to Andrew about his birthday because the thing is, it wasn't a complete
Oh,
surprise.
yeah.
It's like a half
Yeah, it was
surprise.
a
'Cause
half
he's like,
surprise.
yeah, I'm gonna do a dinner with some friends, but
Yeah.
Jesse's gonna be organizing all
Yeah,
of
yeah,
it. And I was like, oh yeah, when are Jesse and Rachel coming in? And Andrew was
And
like,
you're like,
oh, just Jesse's coming. I was like, oh, right, right.
Yeah, just didn't have a second thought about that.
But like
Yeah.
all those pieces together, he just didn't string.
No,
It just-
all individual incidences.
I
in
was
my life.
actually surprised that you were surprised.
No, I was shocked.
What were your thoughts when like Rachel bumped it? Because the way Rachel did it was she
'Cause
like pretended to bump into him.
And I was just like,
in
"Oh,
the
someone
street.
just bumped into him." I'm like, "It's okay." I'm like, "Oh, it's Rachel."
Yeah, that was really fun. I will
Yeah.
say
I was like, "Huh?"
our family, we never do surprises
No.
or anything like this, so I could see why he never suspected.
Yeah.
I
us.
didn't have a
Yeah.
thought that Rachel would
Yeah.
come. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But we're gonna
Yeah,
have
that's head empty, just vibes.
we're gonna have fun celebrating Andrew's birthday tomorrow, so we're all very excited. Andrew's
The
gonna be an old
big
man entering his
26.
late 20s, entering his late
Mid
20s
to
season.
late
It's a great
20s.
season to be in.
Actually, you're so right. This is a great season to be in.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm
one of
excited.
my coworkers at my internship, she was like, "Yeah, I think you achieved like true happiness at 30." And I went,
Damn, I
Hey,
got a
you
road
never
to
know.
go. I got a road to go.
You don't know until you're 30. Or
I kind
even
of think
older than
that's
that.
true.
Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think 30s
a
is like
prime
when
age.
you hit your strides.
that's
I think
so soon for me.
40s is when you like kind of.
I think it's a
envision my
different
life. Yeah.
milestone. Like you'll have family established,
Yeah.
and like that's a different like fulfillment, sense of
Yeah.
fulfillment. So, anyways, enough talk about age. We're gonna wrap up this episode. What?
Nothing.
Thank you so much, Karina, for joining us on
Thanks
this
for having
episode.
me.
You are
Long
awesome.
overdue.
Yeah, super long
Yeah.
overdue. We've been meaning to do this for quite some time. Bless
Bless
you.
you. Sorry.
Yeah, but it was definitely super fun talking to you and picking your brain about all the things you're excelling at in life.
Oh my goodness, thank
Um,
you.
With that,
Esteemed guest.
esteemed guest. With that, thank you guys all so much for tuning into this episode of the Rooftop Pod. I am your host, Jesse, and signing out with me is my sister,
Rachel.
our esteemed guest,
Karina.
and my brother,
Andrew.
and we will catch you all on the next episode. Peace.